Darren, talk us through that performance, because that second half was a great display, no?
Yeah, I thought it was a tight affair. I thought they had moments in the first half, we had moments in the first half. And obviously to score right on half time gave us a real bonus and a real boost. I thought second half we were by far the better team in my opinion. And really, the only thing I would say is the second goal for them is poor defending, poor concentration. If that doesn't go in, I think it could have been 4 or 5. And no, I'm delighted with the players. We worked really hard in the week in preparation for the game, in terms of how we wanted to play, and the players did it to a T. Really.
Your selection at the start of the match, as we're missing out Vassell, it turned around that he won us the game in the end, but you left him out at the start. What was your reasoning? I
just wanted Kenny to play not as a 10, but in between a little bit more and get us the link, because I wanted my wide players to stay wide, and they did that. And I just felt them four up top, the pace is incredible. And I felt it would cause them problems and try and isolate one of them in 1v1 situations. I thought we did it well at times. I thought Mendes caused them all sorts of problems. And it meant that I could release Connor and make sure he played up against their centre halves, and I thought he was brilliant. I know he didn't score, but he tormented their centre halves with his pace and power. And so what I tried to do is identify certain roles for players in the team, and I went through it just before the game, reminders about what I wanted from them, and they did it, and really it was a tactical decision in terms of it meant Connor could stay further up and release a little bit more space. And I thought, in particular, when Mendes played in there, I thought Mendes caused them all sorts of problems.
You mentioned previous about the goal. It was the perfect time to score a goal, wasn't it? And Kelly scoring that goal, I suppose that'll help him settle into playing, because as you said previous, he's not that much game time.
Well, I think when you sign loan players, and his personality is he's a quiet boy, which is fine. Everyone's got different personalities. I thought he couldn't. Not cope, but he got caught up a little bit in the game and the pace of it. And you've got to understand these games that they play when they're their clubs. He's at Tottenham. The under-21 league is nothing like this. There's hardly any tackles. I think it's quite a slower pace, more about the technical game. Whereas games like this, it's a bit of blood and thunder at times. And I just thought maybe the pace of the game caught him by surprise. In saying that, he scored, and then after 10 minutes he was limping about. He did well to finish the half. But we changed it. I want to keep Mendes as a 10, just playing off Connor, and I brought Kane on, who gives us good energies. But then Vass was always going to be bringing a striker on. It was just a matter of when. To be fair, the boys scored twice. Fantastic.
Yeah, he seems to be on fire at the moment, isn't he? I mean, do you think, since Brick leaving, do you think he's actually seen this as his chance to step up and make a point?
Well, I had a chat with a few of them. Connor had a chat with him about being more aggressive and using his pace more, and he did it brilliantly today. Kyle, but that certainly I think he can be more aggressive, because they're big, strong boys, and he's a natural goal scorer there in him by the way he's 2 goals. I know the third one you'd say was poor defending, but he's there. Connor's played him through. The second one's a great bit of play from Tails, and it's a goal scorer's goal, and I don't think we get enough of them. So he's given me a problem. I mean, it looks like Kenny will be out for a little while, we'll have to see, but he's definitely pushing Bass now to get back in the team, and really he understood the decision, as all the players I left out did, that it was purely tactical, and in the end it seemed to have worked.
John Taylor, his presence really showed today, didn't it? I know we missed it on last
Tuesday.
week, yeah, but he showed exactly why you bought him.
He's a very good player and a great team player. I know he's a wide winger and sometimes they're more individual, but he's a great team player, and his energies are magnificent. Great reaction when he came off the punters, absolutely love that sort of thing. And I said when we bought him the fans would like him, but it's all about the key to this season. I think is patience. Everyone having patience. What we're trying to do, the right things. We're trying to get more players in, because we've identified that obviously with Brick leaving there's 1 or 2 areas and other areas of the pitch. Along that we're trying to still shift some out. But we've put bids in this week for players. The chairman and Barry and I are working really, really hard on the staff, identifying what we think we need. But young players that are hungry and want to come to the club, and it's not as if we didn't have any targets, because we knew, and we always know, that clubs do come in for our players, and the targets we're going after are the ones we would have gone after anyway. So it's just about negotiating deals, clubs turning down bids, have done this week, and I think with a sort of what's the word? The sort of history in the club, and in terms of what we're all about. I think actually when we come in for a player, the price gets inflated. And I really want to know that's the case. And I've actually been discouraging the chairman to go completely mad and spend over the top. I think we've done that in the past. I think he tried to do that this week and I put him off it. I said, look, I don't think the player's worth that value, but I think he can cut a little bit off the figures he's putting in for players and give it to me for the training ground. It's getting the balance, but if anyone's wondering why, we've identified targets, and we had targets because we felt that Britt was the obvious one it might go, and he has done. The targets we've gone after, and we're just still trying to do business.
Is anything likely to happen in front of Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll be surprised if it's not.
And I mean, looking ahead at Tuesday, it's another big game, but at home, and you know, after, I mean, we looked at the team last week, and I think 8 of the players were under the age of 22. I mean, if those group of lads can play in a game like this with a bit of spice against MK Dons, who are a good side themselves, you know, you'd be, you know, backing them, won't you, for Tuesday?
Oh no, I think we've got some really good young players. I mean, I think you look at everyone, and he's a good player, don't get me wrong, everyone's mentioned the boy Dele Alli going for 5-6 million. Well, I've seen another young player out there in midfield, Jermaine Anderson, that wasn't far off him. So perhaps we need to big our players up a little bit more. I think Milton Keynes are good at that.
Yeah, finally, injury-wise, anything ahead of Tuesday that you're
Kenny's obvious.
What is the news with Kenny?
He's just taken a real bad knot on his ankle and swollen up. Like I say, he's limping for quite a while, but the goal will bring him confidence. We would have to see how quickly he recovers. He's a young lad, he'll recover probably quite quickly, but I would say he's a big doubt for Tuesday.
How far away is Gabby? Because I'm surprised he didn't just throw away his crutches and get out there today.
No, he's not got any crutches, but he's running again. He's done a grade 2 hamstring. We can't rush that. You know, even though Gabby's telling us he's fit, he's not. Gabby and Jack Baldwin would be back for the Notts County game.
And Aaron?
He'll be about a couple of weeks after that.